Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So in today's AFK journey video, we are going to talk about the best game mode for Sonja so far, and that is none other than Titan Reaver. So before you guys go asking, hey Zeeb, why is your Titan Reaver different from ours? I'm currently on the VN server with my free-to-play account. So right here, we did 940 mil with a free-to-play account with Sonja, by the way. So I had this suspicion that Sonja might not be that good in the endless mode after my testing yesterday, and it seems so. Like she doesn't seem that good for the endless bosses, at least based on the first two bosses so far. But in the Titan Reaver, where the bosses are pre-endless, it seems like she's really good. Okay, so I'll showcase the damage comparison, showcase the numbers, as well as what she can do against Necro Dragon specifically, because I'll be using her for that. And then for the alphabet team, we'll be using the more magical centric side. So first of all, this is number one, a Sonja showcase, as well as my Titan Reaver free-to-play guide from my VN server account. Okay, so let's start with the battle. Okay, before we start talking about Sonja or showcasing Sonja, we'll do a benchmark comparison with Sinbad right here. So we are running a full physical team on the very first team setup. So Mikola, Kruger for the debuff, and then the 3 light bearers for the factional bonus, as well as the physical damage before some of them become true damage as they attack the bosses itself. So on top of the synergies between the units being physical, Merrily as well as Corin, they are highly mobile units, which means that they won't be debuffed by Necro Dragon on the Abyss crest over here. So this will increase your damage output by quite a bit. So for Sonja's case, Sonja is also mobile when casting her skill, and Sinbad as well is also relatively mobile. So for Sinbad's case, later on we'll do some damage showcase with the other players' record, but we're gonna use this as my benchmark for the comparison to my Sonja team later on. Okay, now for the second team, I'm running the magical centric team. Reina to send in OD, for OD to stand on the front line to take that very first honey shower over here, because if you don't have any unit on the front line, what will happen is the boss will do this 500% damage to all enemies, which is why you need to have at least 1 unit on the front line, and this is where we will be putting OD in front, and then all the units all staying at the back line. So this will slow down the unification process. So we have Coco and Smokey for the support, the shielding and the healing and the buffing for the team, and then Lily May as well as OD as the main damage dealer. So without further ado, let's start the battle. Okay, so we will talk about the different synergies in the team as we run through the battle over here. So for this boss, if you guys are new to the game, I mean, if you guys have been watching my video a lot, you guys hear me say that for this boss, you need to actually run highly mobile units. So this highly mobile units right here, in this pre-endless state, they are using physical damage. So physical damage and magical damage seems to be the way to go before you hit the endless stage, and true damage as well as HP percentage damage is the way to go once you reach the endless stage. So that's why I've come to this prediction that this Titan Reaver bosses, they're all in a pre-endless state. Not sure whether or not it's the easier one or the hell state, but I think usually we just classify it as pre-endless and endless. So pre-endless bosses, I think Sonja is going to shine a lot better because she's a physical attacker and most of her skills are not true damage, right? So true damage is going to be king in the endless stage, but pre-endless, I think physical and magical is still going to be the king moving forward. So that is one factor to consider if you are preparing to use Sonja for the upcoming season itself, because we are left with about like 1 month until the season end. So we will go through the cycle of the start of the season with all your physical magical damage, followed by the true damage, HP percentage damage throughout the endless state. Okay, so 200 mil over here. So this is a pretty standard OD magical team. So honey alpha bear right here. So send OD in, get that honey on him at the very start. So throughout the boss's throughout the whole boss battle itself, the boss will slowly cloak the rest of the units in honey. So the goal is to just do as much damage as possible to the boss before the boss bring you down with the mega honeyfication skill or the mega swarm ability from the ultimate itself. Yeah, so pretty standard team, not gonna explain too much. Just a very full magical team. So I think in this case, right, if you do intend to build a physical team, right, I think Sonja has a greater value compared to Reina in my personal take, because not only is she a physical attacker, meaning she will be able to get buffed from all the physical defense reduction or the physical damage M that the other units can provide to fit into the team. She also provides quite a lot of defensive and offensive stats for your carry to do as well, right? Because for Reina's case, Reina provides you with damage amplification by increasing the damage that the boss take. But for Sonja's case, she increases the stats of your units such that they hit harder. So in a way, it's pretty similar, and I think Sonja's buff is a lot better if the bosses hit a lot harder, because you're buffing up 2 allies upwards to 70+% defense, which will definitely increase their survivability compared to Reina, who only buffs up 1. So that's one strength that Sonja has with regards to the bossing side, as far as I can see. Now next, let's compare to Sonja. Okay, so let's run through my damage numbers first. So this is my own damage number with our dear Merrily at about 8 bill over here. And then we have Corinne, and then we have Sinbad here. And then this is our dear magical team. Okay, now let's move on to the team with Sonja. So we're currently at 200M with mythic Sinbad. Okay, now let's put in a Sonja, and we are going to give both the buffs to our carry, Merrily, as well as Corinne. So yeah, basically this will amp up their survival rate like I mentioned earlier, and also amp up their damage output. So without further ado, I think I want to put Mikola in the middle. Yeah, I want to put Mikola in the middle so that her buff can hit everyone. So buffs up 2 of the carries, and then they start getting stats over time. So I have also tried Sonja across the various game modes, and to be really honest, I think I do have a few really good ideas with her, but I don't have the units on this account, unfortunately. So for those like super stacked up, built up team itself, I'll wait until she drops on the global server before pulling for her and then testing her and then recommending to you guys. So that is with regards to like all the different team options available, like the best PvE teams as well as the best PvP team, because on my free-to-play account I don't have that many units to play with. So I'm just using her to the best of my ability. And this is probably the best game mode that I have used her in so far in terms of her overall effectiveness. Okay, so you can see my damage just being amped up like by nearly double, because this is because my damage output from my Merrily as well as my Corinne also increased, together with the massive damage provided by Sonja, which you guys will see later on. Okay, so 460. Okay, nice. Unfortunately for Titan Reaver, we can't actually skip the battles. So after this, I'll just showcase the damage, and that's pretty much it for the video itself. Okay, so I think this should be pretty similar to the previous run, around 400+ million as well. Too used to the billions that I can't actually read the numbers properly. But anyway, let's continue. Okay, hit the boss, getting all the good buffs. We have 60 seconds left. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Honestly speaking, I think Titan Reaver might be like a brand new alternate game mode over the Dream Realm side of things. Because with regards to Titan Reaver itself, building 2 different teams to give you the most optimal damage is actually really challenging, right, based on your own account itself. And to be real honest, I have a lot of fun to test out all the different combis I have to get the best damage for the different bosses so far. Alright, at least for the Skyclouds one for the global side, as well as like the Honey Alphabet, as well as Necro Dragon on the VN side right now. So I do think that this is actually a pretty decent game mode, but then again, I do think that, you know, there will be players that will complain that, hey, they don't have that many units to feature 2 teams, and then it might be a little bit challenging for them. So that could be a concern for some people. But then like I think putting the best combinations to give you the best result is actually very satisfying. So that's one thing which I appreciate from my free-to-play perspective. Now this is 943 mil, sorry, and then let's run through the damage. So you guys can see, right, so Sonja delivers quite a lot of damage because of her buff from her EX weapon skill, getting the stat bonuses from the other allies as they are staying alive for the boss battle itself. And on top of that, as a physical damage dealer, she actually hits really hard with all the different M's, as well as her Tempest Thread, as well as the second skill over here, and also the haste from the hero focus buff, allowing her to use her skill and attack faster. And if you take a look at the damage comparison between Merrily and Corinne, you can see that there's a pretty big M in terms of their overall damage right here. So this means that the stat boost coming out from this ability is insanely good in amping up at least 2 other units together with herself in a battle where physical damage is a lot better and you can actually use Sonja kits most effectively. So that's with regards to this. So I know some of you guys might be saying that, oh yeah, it's not the Supreme Plus Sinbad. So I do have a replay over here where somebody actually used a Supreme Plus Sinbad right here. So you guys can see the damage comparison. So this is a Sonja with only 1 star. Okay, this is a Sinbad with 3 star with the magic charm bonus. So you can see the difference in terms of the damage, and for myself, I actually have her at 3 star with the most optimal arcane charms itself. So that's why my damage on our dear Sonja here is a little bit better, and I think her numbers will be even higher if I actually use Sinbad in the place of either Kruger or Corin, because like that way my Sinbad will be able to debuff the boss even more for Sonja to hit harder. And I can also reduce the damage of the boss such that all my units have a greater chance of surviving in case my team is not strong enough. So yep, that's pretty much it for this video. Just a simple showcase for Sonja's best game mode so far. Let me know what you think about Sonja based on all the different videos released, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys!